Hey y'all, welcome to another video of the Dope Librarian. Today's video, once again, I'm excited to bring it to you all. And this is actually a book review, and well, more like a series review because there are three books that I'm going to be reviewing here. And this series was amazing. It started out where I was kind of I don't know. I wasn't sure until about midway through the first. It really made you excited for it was a true setup. Like the first book was a setup for what was to come, and I ended up really liking that. So the first book was really thin. It just gave you some really good background, and it did enough to draw you in. And right at the end of, or toward the end of book one, it just got really, really good. You're like, oh my God, yes, exciting stuff. So the book series is written by Nnedi Okorafor, and I still don't really know how to pronounce it. The book series is Binti. Here you go, here you go, here you go. So, book number one was written in 2015. It is published by Tom Daugherty Associates LLC, and it's a book of fiction. And yeah, I really love it. So that was book number one was in 2015. Here we really only see two characters. We see Binti herself, and we were really introduced to the Medusa, whose name right at this moment, Okwu. His name is Okwu. We are introduced mainly to those two characters, and that's important because they are two characters who are present fully in all three. So as you can see, like, this book is really small. There are how many pages in this book? This book only has 90 pages, so it's really thin. But like I said, it was a really good setup for the next one. Okay, so this book character. Oh, and this will also be my first music smash up. So at the end, I'm also going to give you all what song I think matches this character and actually this series. Like, I actually think it matches the series, but especially the character. Okay, so in book one, we find out that Binti lives in Africa, or what is Africa? She lives on Earth. The book is very futuristic. We don't get the year that it takes place, but there's enough information here to let us know. Like, I mean, a lot of time has passed, and Earth, as we know it, has just completely passed away. So, Binti, I believe, is 17 years old. She's highly intelligent. She is what is considered a harmonizer, which means that she can communicate to other things as a way to bring peace. And she uses her harmonizing through math. So basically, everything has a mathematical component somehow, some way. Or she's from a people called the Himba tribe. So basically, they are black, So let's say she will look like me generally, except you could not see them in this form. They covered themselves with something called, I can't pronounce it. I just can't. I'll try to put like the word up here. It's called Otajizi. And it's like a red, thick clay-like paste, and only the women covered themselves in it. And so to see them without that extra layering is to see them at their most naked and vulnerable selves. So you would never see them come out, in their skin without this extra red. So anyway, she's highly intelligent. She's working in her father's shop, and they create something called an astrolabe or astrolabe, which is a device that tells the entire life story of each person who carries one. people from all over come to her father's shop to purchase. She gets accepted to a place called University, which is in an entirely different galaxy. She's the first person of her tribe to be accepted, not because, like I said, of lack of intelligence or anything like that. It's just that they consider themselves an inward thinking people, which means they don't need the resources or influence from the outside world. They possess what they need. And people just assumed that, she wasn't going to go. So the book starts off with her running away, like hightailing it. She got her backpack. She has her transporter, which takes her to a launching pad, and she catches a ship to go off to this university, right? Like, she's like, peace, I want to go. She has a spirit of wanting to be somewhere else. So anyway, she gets the launching pad to one of the stations. They read her past, present, future. The guy says, you're going to make your people proud and you're going to make humans proud. So you're like, oh, like what's about to happen. Then she gets onto the ship that's going to take her out to Umza. The ship is filled with a lot of the other first year, all of the other first year students. It's also filled with professors and just everyone else. Well, a couple days before they arrive, because the trip is 18 days from Earth to Umza, she meets a lot of people. She ends up blending in, even though she looks different, and most people have never really seen people from her tribe. She ends up making some amazing friends. And one day she's eating, and they die. Like, everybody just dies. Everyone except her. She thought it was because she had this thing called the Eden. It's not because of that. It's because of her harmonizing skills. Anyway, she ends up surviving. The killers on the ship are called the Medusa. The Medusa ends up, she finds a way to bargain with them. She ends up speaking to them. They take her from her ship to their ship to meet the chief, and she says, let me be your ambassador so that there's not another world war, because there's already been a war between the humans and the Medusa. She's like, so there's not another war. I'll be your ambassador. I'll go before you. Once again, this is a part of that harmonizing skill that she has. Well, they end up stinging her, but not in a way to kill her, but they end up injecting some of them into her, and it transforms her appearance also. She arrives safely at Umza. Umza recognizes what happens. They recognize why the Medusa killed everyone on the ship. Apparently, some professors or some students had stolen the chief's stinger, so his defense mechanism, and they were about to wage all kind of hell. And so she goes before them, and she gets the stinger. She definitely gets it back, and in the end, she becomes friends actually with one of the Medusa who kills people on the ship, and they invite him to be the first Medusa at the university. So that's book number 1.